Marvel's Avenger is by far the most risky pre-order of 2020. That is most certainly a phrase you all have heard, and for great reasons. This game is filled with very weird exclusive partnerships and has without a doubt been in a turmoil for the past month. Now in this video I will debate the pros and the cons of this game, but mostly let you all know why I am more than excited to get my hands on this title. Hey everyone, it is Arso, your longtime no-see pro outfitter, with yet again a video on a total different subject. Today, we are talking Avengers. Before jumping into today's video, I just want to get some things out of the way. I am in no shape or form sponsored or paid by Square Enix, so this video is simply my utmost honest opinion on the matter itself. First of all, let's acknowledge the bad. The beta wasn't a catastrophe as many seems to be pointing out, but it was also very far from perfection, and for a game that is actually launching in less than a week as I am making this video, this is not a very good sign. It had its share of bugs, sure, enemies not spawning, loads of server issues, and quite a few matchmaking errors. I'm not indifferent to any of these issues, but by all means, please do not let these errors decide for you when it comes to getting your hands on the game. They may not be totally fixed at launch, there will quite frankly probably be a lot of them still remaining, but just like so many other launch, bugs can be corrected and fixed over time, so let's stay optimistic here. Now, where we can clearly observe a certain downside is most definitely on the linear side of things. Throughout my entire time in the beta, I truly felt the repetitiveness of the main story missions. Then again, I don't think I was as invested as I would have been had I been playing the real thing, but I just think that the missions were leaving very little place for replayability and creativity, and it was basically dragging you from point A to B the entire time. It doesn't mean that the story wasn't interesting. I actually, felt like I was very involved in the character development, and I actually really enjoyed the bond between Hulk and Kamala. I am just looking forward to the actual real game to truly feel like the passion and the atmosphere of the actually newly reformed Avengers. The real struggling point for many fans is at the core of the gameplay mechanics. Many feel like this shouldn't be a live service, nor should it have any RPG aspects, which I understand that it can be quite frustrating to play as Hulk and have to smash an enemy like 8 times before killing him, but yet again, that's just how the game rolls. If this gameplay style, just like, Destiny or Division, doesn't really suit you, then I quite honestly doubt that this game is for you. Also, I have heard many saying that there is no depth into the combat. While that can be true to the button smash feel and also from the fact that there's basically only 2 buttons to attack with, I actually figured that this game gets more and more interesting as you are progressing with a character. For instance, when you start playing Hulk with no abilities, he basically has very little variety. You're quite restricted in terms of playstyle. But the more I became engaged with him, the more I unlocked new skills and started really getting to like my newly acquired perks. For instance, I had unlocked the gigantic rock that you can pull from the ground and could now swing it into a kind of big 360 fluid movement. It was really cool, and I also had unlocked the ability to pound on the ground as much as I wanted to. That kind of resulted into me using more aerial attacks and combining them with my Hulk smash, which resulted in a heavy blow to the enemies. Finally, I had unlocked the ability to dual wield enemies, and if you've not seen it, yeah, you heard me correctly. I was able to grab 2 enemies and swing them to their fellow allies, and it was really like the most fun time I had with Hulk. The same can be said for the other characters. Basically, the more you play with them, the more interesting and fun it gets. That's just how this game works. Speaking of fun, that leads me into my last point. This game is made to play with friends. I'm not stating that you won't enjoy it alone or anything, but simply that the multiplayer aspect is really where this game shines. I tried it on the hardest difficulty with a friend of mine, and I can confidently say that this game is not easy. Being able to communicate your strategies or simply have a laugh at a certain particular moment makes this experience all the more interesting to me. I started really feeling compelled when my crew and I felt attached to each other's character development. While we were all trying to do our own little grinding sorta, we really wanted to help out each other, and it made us care about our overall team's progression. Here's my advice. If you love the Avengers but aren't sure whether you are going to like this game, I would hold on to it. Wait for the reviews, try out similar games, but most importantly, find yourself a crew to play with. If on the other hand you've enjoyed the beta but still aren't sure whether you should get it or not, ask yourself this: do you prefer waiting on future content, or would you rather lead the way as the first few who are going to experience this game, grind it, level it up? Personally, I choose the second option. Speaking of future content, this game already proposes a staggering 80+ mission list, and while content doesn't always resonate with quality, to be honest, I'm confident that this game will deliver. I just hope and I'm really sending a message right here to Crystal Dynamics that you guys add more enemies variety and interiors variety. This is thus far the only complaint I have. I just felt like the interiors were very similar from one another, and that the enemy were basically always doing the exact same moves, which is another thing where I could feel like the player base would actually feel a lot of redundance into the gameplay. In the end, the Avengers game will add plenty of characters in a new future, with Hawkeye already revealed and Spider-Man confirmed for PlayStation. Let's take a moment of silence for Xbox. We can only be excited as to who is coming next. We will soon find out, as Crystal Dynamics are going to announce their next character on their panel this Tuesday, with so many more characters found into the database like War Machine, She-Hulk, Winter Soldier, and Black Panther. This game will only get better over time. Trust me, I may be wrong on this, but I'm very optimistic that this game will deliver. So that was it for today's video. Be sure to drop a like if you've enjoyed it, or a dislike if you didn't. I would like to start a conversation in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think of the game and whether you are going to buy it, wait for reviews, or wait for it to go on sale, or if you simply won't even touch it. This was your casual debate with Phil Arso, and until the next one, stay safe.